Hey guys, it's Cara. Welcome back to the Rambutina channel. Today I have a tutorial on this really cool crochet vest. Christina asked me to make her a crochet vest, so here it is. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It looks really cool. So yeah, if you saw my fingerless gloves tutorial, I mentioned I was going to do another granny rectangle tutorial, and here it is. So yeah, this is just the front panel. So I'm using the Ice Yarns Atlas yarn in burgundy, and it's a really nice chunky yarn. So you make your project really quick, and it's got a nice shine to it, which you can't really see here, but trust me, it's really nice. And I'm using a 7mm crochet hook. So you want to start off with a slip knot and chain up 4, then you want to slip stitch into the first chain to create a loop. Like I said before, if you have watched my previous video, the fingerless gloves tutorial using the crochet rectangle, you can see an in-depth tutorial on how to do it there. This is a bit different though because I've made it smaller, but yeah, so you just want to create a beginning double crochet into your loop and complete your cluster with 2 more double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. You know the drill of how to make a granny square. So this first bit looks like you're just making a regular granny square, but we are going to stop at the last cluster, and so yeah, working on that last cluster now, and we are going to chain 2, but then we are going to go back on ourselves and slip stitch into that first double crochet at the top of it. Slip stitch in there, then you want to flip your work, slip stitch into the 2 chains, then you want to flip your work again and work 2 more double crochets into the loop we created to finish that cluster. Then you want to chain 2, make 3 double crochet clusters, chain 2 again, and make 1 more 3 double crochet cluster. So now I'm going to slip stitch into that first beginning double crochet to finish round 1. So now I'm going to flip my work and do a beginning double crochet right into that space and make 3 double crochets, well 2 more double crochets into that space and then 3 double crochets, and do your corners like normal, and you want to continue making rounds until you get to the size you want, and I will explain all of the measurements and the sizing in a bit. So yeah, keep on doing that crochet rectangle. So I am not going to chain 1 in between my clusters, so after you made that last cluster you just want to slip stitch straight into there and then flip again, make your beginning double crochet, 2 more double crochets. Let's talk about sizing. You want to measure your waist size and half it to work out how wide you need your panels. Mine needs to stretch to 22 inches, so I actually made the rectangle stretch to 18 inches because I want to add those panels on the sides. So I had a total of 12 rounds, and you want it to be an even number. So yeah, I've added 2 inches on each side. But you might need to adjust this to what you'd like, so you might need smaller or bigger, but yeah, it's all personal preference. You want to make sure to turn your work so that the previous round is the wrong side, so here I'm just checking that, and I'm going to slip knot my yarn, and I'm just checking the other panel to count how many clusters I did. And you want to measure 1/3 from the top of the rectangle and place a stitch marker for your armhole. I'm really lazy and didn't put a stitch marker, so I just counted. And I'm going to make a beginning double crochet, and this will act as our decrease. And then move on to the next space and make a 3 double crochet cluster. You want to complete a granny stitch row all the way down to the bottom. So with these panels, for one side you'll need to start from this stitch marker like I'm doing here, but without a stitch marker, and the other side you'll need to start from the bottom, and I will show you that in a bit. Turn your work, and we're going to place a beginning double crochet into that first stitch. And then we're going to move on to the next cluster. So put 3 double crochets in between. When you get to the end of the row, so that decreasing beginning double crochet, you want to make 1 double crochet on top of that to decrease again, and then turn your work, make a beginning double crochet right into that space, and then you want to finish the last row with a granny stitch row. So for these extra side panels and for the straps, you want to make an odd number of rows, as it makes the joining a lot neater. I'm now working on the other side, starting from the bottom, so I'm making a slip knot, just counting again, and you want to jump into that corner and make a beginning double crochet. 2 more double crochets to finish that cluster. And then continue making 3 double crochet clusters into each space until you reach your stitch marker, or like me, just count. Finish this row with 1 double crochet into that space that you have your stitch marker, turn your work, make a beginning double crochet right into that space, just 1, and move on to the next space and make 3 double crochets, and then finish all the way to the end of the row to the corner. And I'm just showing you here, you will need to make 1 double crochet into that last stitch. For your first panel, you want to complete all 3 rows for either side like normal, but now I'm going to show you how to join. So I've stopped at the second row and I'm going to grab my other panel. I'm going to make a beginning double crochet into the corner and make 2 more double crochets to finish that cluster, and then I'm going to start slip stitching to join to the other side, and then you want to continue making 3 double crochet clusters and then slip stitching into the opposite side space. I'm doing my last slip stitch and then making 1 double crochet into the last space on that row. This is how you join from the other side, so the other side where you start from the stitch marker, and you want to make a beginning double crochet and then slip stitch into that first space and then move to the 3 double crochet clusters and continue all the way down, making 3 double crochet clusters and slip stitching into the opposite side. Now we're on the straps, and you want to measure your neck width and place stitch markers in the nearest space in between the clusters. For mine I needed a 6-inch gap, so I placed my measuring tape so that 3 was in the middle of the granny rectangle. Make a slip knot and make a beginning double crochet into the corner and continue making your cluster. And yeah, again, like the sides, you will need to start 1 from the corner and 1 side you'll need to start from your stitch marker. I'm going to decrease, so just make 1 double crochet into that last space, flip your work and make a beginning double crochet right over that, and then continue making 3 double crochets into each space. Finish the row with 1 double crochet into the last stitch. Turn your work. Start with a beginning double crochet and complete your cluster with 2 more double crochets, 3 more double crochets, and then I think we just need to do 3 more and then that is the last row. So just make 1 double crochet because you're decreasing. Now we're going to work on the strap that starts from the stitch marker, and you're going to start with a beginning double crochet and move to the next space and make 3 double crochets. So yeah, you want to complete this for your front panel, and then I think we're going to jump to joining your straps together. So yeah, just complete the 3 rows on the front panel first, and then when we go to join, we're just going to do 2 rows, and then that 3rd row we join. So now we're going to join our straps. You can see I've got 2 rows complete and I'm working on the 3rd one, so make a beginning double crochet, and then you want to slip stitch into the opposite side, make 3 double crochets into the next space and slip stitch to the other side. And then continue this to the end, to the corner. And this time we're going to complete our 3 double crochets and then slip stitch to the opposite double crochet. And here's how to join when you're doing this side starting from the corner. So you want to make 1 beginning double crochet and then slip stitch into that first double crochet from the other side, and then you want to finish your cluster by making 2 more double crochets. And then slip stitch into the opposite side, continue this last row with 3 double crochets into each space, slip stitching onto the other side. and then just like the side, we are going to decrease in that last space by just making 1 double crochet. After joining your sides and straps, you are all done. Well, you need to weave in the ends, of course. But yeah, please let me know what you think, and I hope this tutorial was helpful. Please tag us if you end up using our tutorial and making this really cool vest. I'd love to see all the different colours you guys make it out of. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!